Our learning outcomes of today's class would be that after watching this video, you would be able to discuss the continental shelves and you would be able to differentiate between spring tides and neap tides. Now, what is continental shelf? You know that there are 7 continents, and continents are main division of land on earth. So if you look at all these 7 continents, there are ages of these continents, and these ages of continent which are underwater, this is what we call them as continental shelves. So every continent, if you look at it, they are in a way edges of its, and the boundary of continent is not the coastline of ocean, but it's actually the edge of the continental shelf, which is actually the boundary of the continent, and each of them has a different widths as they are in the water. Usually continental shelves are 100 meters deep, and there are the part where rich source of fish is there, and that's why they are very important for many countries. So here is another picture for clearing you what's continental shelf. So at the corner you can see it's written there the continental mass. So that's the continental mass, and after that the area which is not so deep are the continental shelves. So continental shelves are usually 100 meters deep, and it's also a source of fishing. The rising and falling of the surface of the ocean caused twice daily by the attraction of sun and the moon is called as tides. The moon and the sun, they both try to pull the earth towards themselves, okay, but earth is too heavy to be moved, whereas the water which is on the earth, at the earth's surface, it's loose and it can be moved or pulled by gravity even if the earth is heavy or too heavy. So it's just like a girl who is standing in a strong winds, but her hair and clothes may be stretched or move out because they are loose, but she herself is too heavy to be moved or pulled. Okay. Now there are 2 types of tides. The first one is spring tides. So if you look at the picture, earth, moon and sun, all 3 are aligned in one position, in one direction. So what's happened here? Twice a month at full moon or new moon, the earth and the sun and moon all align in the same direction, and both sun and the moon pull the earths toward themselves in the same direction. This causes the high tides, okay, or you can say the result is much higher tides. So these tides are called as spring tides. The second one is neap tides. Now if you look at the picture, moon changed its position. So just 2 weeks later, the moon and the sun are pulling at right angles to one another. Although the moon's pull is stronger than the sun, but still the sun drags some of the water towards itself. These high tides are much lower than the spring tides, and these type of tides are called the neap tides. So observe this picture carefully. It will help you to understand more clearly. So if you observe here, moon is changing its positions, due to which high tides and low tides are caused. So here is full moon, then third quarter moon, new moon, and first quarter moon. So if you observe that in the first quarter moon and the third quarter moon and the sun are not pulling the earth in same direction, which cause the neap tides, whereas the full moon and the new moon, they both are pulling the earth in the same direction, which cause the spring tides, which tides are much higher.